Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tartar Zone. Sorry, for some weird reason, it's not letting me play this intro. It's telling me that the browser or some mad shit. I don't know. Anyway, the Ncuti Gatwa interview mystery. So Ncuti appeared on Graham Norton and did an interview, and he spoke about the Christmas special. He spoke about season 2. And then he spoke about filming for his third series. But then, mysteriously, BBC edited the interview, the Graham Norton show, and edited out the part where he was saying they were filming. So, there are 3 scenarios in this case. Number 1, he's either let the cat out of the bag, and BBC have hurriedly got the clip and edited it out, right? Or he has been fired, and there are rumours that have been circulating anyway about his future. Ever since he even landed the role, there was even talk about his future from some in the fandom. Or thirdly, which is the one that some people think it is the fact that the show has been cancelled. Now, either way, it doesn't look good when your lead actor comes out, does an interview, and then you go and then edit it out. And then there's no explanation. And it's going to get fans again, especially those who actually want to see it binned and canned for its own good. You can't stop those people from speculating. So I want to ask you guys, what do you think is going on with Doctor Who and Ncuti Gatwa? Do you believe Ncuti Gatwa's fired? Do you think he's let the cat out of the bag? Or do you think Doctor Who, they've pulled the plug on Doctor Who? What do you think? Be very interesting to hear what people have to say. Personally speaking, what I'll say is this, is that, again, even with that interview, you know, there won't be any decision made on Doctor Who till 2025. Simple as that. So the future of the show is not secure like some people have made it out to be. And while there has been talk surrounding Ncuti for a while, remember, there was talk around Millie Gibson, she was fired and all of that. We found out no such thing has happened. So I would say, Lindsay, they're waiting. They're definitely waiting. I reckon to see how the Christmas special and season 2, though. There's no need to rush into a decision anyway because the spin off buys them a bit of time. So, if you're a fan out there right now and you're panicking about Doctor Who's future, the panic shouldn't be setting in right now. Do you know what I mean? They've bought themselves time. I said this anyway. Don't be surprised if there's if Doctor Who doesn't be on air for over a year. If they actually take a bit of a break, concentrate on a couple of spin-offs. That could happen as well. We got Chris in the chat as well. Hey, Chris. So, bottom line is I will say this, RTD and Ncuti are not helping the situation. I mean, RTD is coming out with conflicting quotes on the whole is Doctor Who happening or not. So he isn't helping the situation. But it certainly is an eye-opener when BBC edit out the part of Ncuti Gatwa's interview where he says that he's looking forward to filming the third series of his era. So there's another possible scenario here which I've overlooked, just to be fair to cover all bases. This could be Ncuti going on national television to kind of force the issue with Doctor Who. Maybe Doctor Who is in limbo and he went on to kind of force the issue. And then BBC have basically retaliated by actually taking the clip down from the interview. But people saw it live anyway, didn't they? So, I don't know. Personally, I think we're coming to the point of do we really need Doctor Who anymore? Because they're not doing it properly. And again, rather than take responsibility, they want to blame the audience. So, even if it does get renewed, even if it doesn't, will it be a big loss really to Doctor Who fans? I don't think so now. It hasn't been Doctor Who for a very long time in their eyes. Yeah, as I said, we got rid of Disney Plus ourselves. And it's the best thing to do at this stage. If you want to continue sending your message to the BBC, just keep tuning out. I think Rogue broke a lot of people, Matt. To be quite honest with you. Look, RTD has made it clear who he's aiming this new version of Doctor Who at, right? Not for us, it's for all the trends, the TikTok, Instagram generation. Come on. What a little weirdo, Ted. You know what he's like. But look, you know, when you look at season one and how it's performed, to us, it doesn't look great. It doesn't matter how they spin it. It's appealing to a certain age group and a certain audience, but its core audience and the audience that they should be chasing, the general public, have actually tuned out. So, in fairness, from an audience point of view, there is no future for Doctor Who. But unfortunately, the people with the money, they like to drag these TV shows. I even said, do you remember I made the prediction that if Doctor Who, if the fourth season turned out to be a shit show, right, that people were saying that would be the end and all of this, and I said it wouldn't be, because Disney like to drag a dead horse through the mud, and that's what they'll do with Doctor Who. But maybe, just maybe, Disney have taken enough hits now, and maybe they'll cop on. And remember as well, with the recent hurricanes has hit their parks as well. Their parks have been underperforming. Their movies have been underperforming. Listen, Disney are close to breaking point now. They can't waste money, and they wasted money acquiring Doctor Who to show it around the world. They will want to start cutting costs now, and Doctor Who could well be on the chopping board. I'm not saying it will be, but everything is open now. So, it's not going to be long before Disney have to make decisions. And this time next year, or even next year, the landscape will be completely different. And remember, the first quarterly next year, the first quarterly review will come in. And for Disney, it's not going to be great. It's going to be absolutely sure. The end of the year is coming soon. And I'm telling you, they're going to see how bad it is. And they are going to start cutting costs, I'm telling you. And they've been acquiring a lot of shows, as you all know. They've been going out buying franchises left, right, and centre to distribute them because their own shows are failing. Here's an idea, Disney. How about sack all the people that are responsible for all of your failing shows and franchises, and actually get in people that can actually write and understand the IP. See, this is the problem. We keep going back to this diversity inclusion strategy, right? Disney have it, BBC have it. They all have different variations of it. But instead of actually hiring the best talent, it's all quotas, right? When you do things by quotas and you don't hire based off the actual intellect of the person or intelligence of the person or the skill of the person, then you get yourself into trouble. Okay? And we've seen it recently. I didn't want to bring it up, but look at that Navy ship that the diversity woman crashed, or the quota woman crashed. New Zealand, wasn't it, or something? She crashed the Navy ship, right? That's what happens when you don't hire the best people for the job, and you hire just based on their sex, their skin color, or whatever it is, or who they're fucking. If all of these things are so great that Hollywood, BBC like to preach about, but then tell me why our companies are losing billions, right, if it's so good. See, the bottom line is you've been fooling yourself and fooling the audience, right? It's not good. You can't sustain profit. You can't even make profit. I mean, he's buy the Star Wars franchise. In fairness, the first movie, maybe the second movie, should have actually made you our money back. That just paid for the whole thing. But that wasn't the case. That didn't happen. Because you let headless chickens run the Star Wars franchise. Like, I'm not a Star Wars fan. You all know that. I've made that clear. Right? But I have grew up with the movies. Like, I've watched them all. I've seen them all. Grew up with them. Right? Always on in my household. But even I'll say, if Disney had done it right with Star Wars, we'd be looking at the biggest franchise on the planet right now. And I mean the absolute biggest franchise on the planet. The only movie that Star Wars, that Disney Star Wars did great was Rogue One, and it was a movie that we didn't even need. Right? It was a movie that we actually didn't even need, by the way, but they made a whole movie out of it, and it turned out to be the best thing that they made at Disney was that movie. So how they went from that to the shit that they produced after that, and I know there was shit before that as well, but you know what I mean? It proved that if they get the right people in, it can work. And this is the problem with Doctor Who. Right? I've been saying it to BBC. BBC don't realise they have a golden goose. If they only got the right people in to look after it, then they'd be looking at a cash cow, a bigger cash cow than they could even imagine. Doctor Who is so popular around the world. They don't actually realise what they've got. And they just got the right people in rather than just hiring based on the criteria that I said. We'd be looking at a different animal right now. We'd be proud of our show. Yeah, the cash cow is taking the shit. No, it does need a break. In reality, that's what Doctor Who does need. It needs a break. But people are talking about, I know who it is in the chat, by the way, pretending to be someone else, but they keep bringing up this fact that RTD and Disney had secret meetings. Well, they're not secret if you know about it, and I knew about it, and everybody else knew about it. They're hardly fucking secret. And talking about handing cash over as if there was a suitcase handed over. There was a contract, but in any business or any negotiation, things can change and they can actually cancel the contract. Yeah, that's why there's a thing called compensation there to actually cover for that. So it doesn't matter. As I keep saying to people, and I'll say it again, it doesn't matter if RTD has the scripts for Series 3 ready to go, right? It doesn't matter if he was given money to get everything ready. If Disney decide and BBC decide or Disney decide that it's not worth going forward with, well, then it doesn't matter what's being fucking done. We've seen throughout Hollywood's history the amount of movies that were given the green light that never seen the light of day. They even built sets for some of these movies that never came to light. So when someone comes in here and talks about the fact that cash was handed over as if it was a suitcase full of cash, and that basically that means that Series 3 is happening, no, it doesn't. Things can happen differently in the industry, and if you knew what the industry and how the industry worked, you wouldn't be talking so much crap. By the way, guys, you will see that there's some people pretending to be other people in the chat. Just keep an eye on it. And I'm not the one saying there were secret meetings. The media reported on secret meetings, and YouTubers reported on secret meetings with Disney. And I've told my audience here has actually come true. I don't deal in hearsay and speculation. My sources actually have a brilliant track record, unlike some other people out there that claim that the series was already green lit when it wasn't. As I said, the people, be careful who you're listening to out there, because these people will literally spin a yarn and keep spinning to get themselves out of the fact that they were wrong. Because people don't like to admit that they're wrong because their ego refuses to let them. But you all know the truth. You have all been following me for a very long time. I've never led you down the garden path. I've been straight, which is all the time, and any information that I've put out on this channel has come to fruition. You are witness to that. So, I've nothing to prove to anybody out there. I would say the people that are saying that this show is green lit already, I would say to those people, well, show your proof. Show your proof that it's green lit. You're so confident that it is, you are proven wrong, because the showrunner himself actually came out the very next day, actually, and refuted those claims, actually went against everything that you claimed. So, show your proof before anybody starts coming in and asking me to show proof. You show your proof. Nothing's being greenlit. Nothing's being greenlit. Right? And you even go by, even Ncuti Gatwa doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Because 1 minute he's saying the shit, he's doing season 3. Then BBC take down the clip. RTD contradicted himself as well on this very issue, right? So the bottom line is, it still stands what I said last year before anybody else did. Any decision that's made on Doctor Who won't be made until 2025. That's what I've told people. I told people about the Sea Devil spin-off before anybody else. Right? I gave the sequence of events. Everything that I said, the sequence of events that I gave last year, is actually coming to fruition right now. Everything so far. Everything. Listen, Mini Tom and the other fella that's in the chat, I know who yous are, right? And you know what? I'm not taking the bait. You can go and tell the sad little case that no matter how many people come to defend him, the bottom line is he was wrong. And he still is wrong. And the fact is he can't take it because his ego won't let him be wrong, right? He's even gone to the extreme of getting other people to dox people now, right? Someone came into me chat and put someone's address that I know if it is even their address, but I didn't take the risk. I removed it. But that's how low those people are going now, right, for this fella, right? Or it's him himself because he's a sad little man. The bottom line is you are wrong, accept you are wrong, and just move the fuck on. Even before anybody was speaking about old companions returning, I said old companions were returning, and they returned, right? Listen, I don't make a big song and dance about me rumours. I don't splash them all over a big headline, right? Not anymore, right? I just come on and do me live stream, and if I happen to have a bit of information, I will actually come out and I'll give that information, right? That's how I do things here. Right? I don't make it song and dance about it because I'm not looking for recognition, because at the end of the day, I receive the information off some other people. They're the ones that I always give credit to anyway. And they haven't let me down. No, because why would I name a source and then the source is open to everybody? And then their identity, and then I could put them in, get them into trouble. That's not how it works. Exactly. But apparently I do. Apparently I send Lee to do me dirty work. but I don't send Lee to do me dirty work at all because Lee is busy. As you said, he came on last week. He did for the first time in a long time, right? But Lee is busy with life and I'm busy with me activism over here. So we haven't had the opportunity to stream with each other as much as we can. But be under no illusion, that man doesn't have to fight my battles for me. And I certainly wouldn't want him to fight any battles for me because I'm well able to handle him. Right? And if you're listening, I'll tell you to your face, I'm well able to handle you. Right? And as I said, Lee doesn't waste his time on people like that anyway. Right? Lee's a grown ass man, just like me. We just want to get on with it now. You know, I called someone out because they were lying and they were getting smart with people. They don't like it when they get called out on their own shit and then play the victim then. And then start getting personal with me and bringing my missus into stuff. Yeah? But I didn't take your bait this time. That's what's rubbing you up the wrong way now. The fact that I didn't take your bait like I used to. But no, I've done a lot of growing up these last few years, mate, and maybe you need to fucking grow up. Because by the looks of things and all the research I've done on you and your background, you've been like this for fucking decades. And as far as I'm concerned, enough is a fucking enough. Right? You don't get to bully people, tell people they're wrong when you're fucking wrong. Hypocrite. Hypocrite. Yeah, he's being busy. He's busy doing fucking audios and all he is, doing these commissions. He hasn't got time to be fucking trolling someone in their chat or doxing them as he's being accused. Lee wouldn't do that anyway. I know Lee years. I know that man inside out. If I thought for 1 second he was doing that, he know I would fucking come for him. Right? And he'd do the same as me. He'd do the same. If he found out I was up to acting like that, he'd expose me. He'd have no problem doing that. Right? Because we don't agree with it. It's horrible to do that. We see how that impacts people's lives. Right? For 7 fucking years on this channel, talking about Doctor Who, I've received nothing but death threats and fucking threats to me family. Right? But you don't hear me bitching and moaning about it. Don't bitch and moan about it anymore. There's no point. They're only hurty words. Anybody actually comes near me door, they won't be leaving the same way they came at me door. Just as simple as that. And I'll leave it at that. People threatening to come over here and I'll come over here. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not going to be easily swayed. The bottom line is you talk about respect. You talk about treating people with respect, but yet you don't respect anybody out there. When someone questions your rumors and asks you for proof, you go on a mad one. You know who it is, JWC Reviews. I don't even have to get into it. You know who I'm talking about. I don't even want to mention their name, to be quite honest with you. I haven't mentioned their names. Maybe some people in the chat have, but I certainly haven't mentioned their name because they're not even worth mentioning, to be quite honest with you, name-wise. But I just want to set the record straight because he sends his minions into my stream. That's what he accuses me of when he does a stream. Or accuses Lee of sending people to his stream. But we don't send people to his stream. Why would we bother sending people to his crappy ass channel anyway? Right? That's the bottom line. I'll say it out fucking straight. Why would I send people to his channel for? I could deal with him myself. I don't need anybody to do my dirty work for me. If I've anything to say to you, I'll say it to your face. But that's the difference between me and you. Well, Mini Tom, look, that's your opinion. People in the chat know that I have a track record. Yeah, I don't have to prove myself to anybody. But as I said, you're either that person or you're coming in here because I don't believe he has an audience anyway. So I don't know where you're coming from. But the bottom line is this is like, I don't care what you believe, right? I actually don't. So let's move on anyway to what we were saying. So yeah, Ncuti, look, If Shooty is gone, if they have fired him, and that's this what this is, well then I blame RTD for his firing because I don't think he gave him the tools to excel properly in this role. Because you know even Charlotte, when she was on, he's heard her. He had potential. You know there were some performances in there in season one where he convinced us that he could do a good job if he was given the right material. But this again is a classic of the showrunner letting down the main lead, just like Chibnall did with Jodie Whittaker. It's actually sad, but there's always a casualty, but it's never the right one, in my opinion. Um, I would go as far as to say the person that actually needs to be fired in this case is RTD and his writers, not Ncuti Gatwa. He's not the main priority firing, I don't think. Personally, I think RTD is the one that needs to be fired. He's just not good enough anymore for Doctor Who. He's just too driven by agenda and his ideology. And when you have a writer that's driven by their agenda and ideology rather than being driven and putting the best show on like he was in 2005, well then you know you're setting yourself up for a failure, and that's exactly what he did. He set himself up for a failure. He has to go for Doctor. Listen, I agree with Matt. Ideally, I would like to see this show go on hiatus, but it probably won't, right? So I would say personally that if you were going to make quick changes to try save the day, well then for me it has to be RTD, the one that has to be sacrificed, and actually bring in a sci-fi writer. We need to bring Doctor Who back to its core, right? It's a sci-fi show. So let's tell that story of wherever, if you class him as a madman in a blue box, if you class him as the Doctor in the TARDIS, whatever it is, right? Going on adventures across the universe. That's what we want to see. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Nicholas. He was cut. The interview was cut. And that's why I'm talking about this Ncuti Gatwa interview mystery. Um, Look, there is no doubts, Matt, that Ncuti was cast based off his sexuality. There's no doubt about it. Look, I'm not even going to deny that. But I do see a good actor in there. I know some people don't. And you know what? I respect your opinion. But there were some things in his performance that I saw that if he was given the right material, he could actually play the Doctor. Listen, this man did want to play the. I have to stick up for him here because I don't want people thinking that that Ncuti didn't get it with Doctor Who. He does. He wanted to play it traditionally. He wanted to have a traditional costume, but he was vetoed by RTD. This man wanted to play the Doctor the way the Doctor should be played, but he was played to play it a different way. Now, I will say this on his side of it. I believe he should have stuck to his guns. But we've all heard about the notorious stories of RTD behind the scenes, and if he doesn't get his way, how petulant he is. Right? Christopher Eccleston has talked about it at length of RTD's behaviour. With Billy Piper recently, it was only a year last year or the year before, where they're sitting down for the first time together and he's doing it, he's talking, and she's nodding in agreement with him with all of the stuff when he was talking about what was happening behind the scenes. So maybe that's why Ncuti didn't do the things that I believed he should have done, and I believe he should have stood for what he believed in, which was to play the Doctor the way it should be played. But RTD came in with an agenda and his ideology, and unfortunately that trumps whatever anybody says. So anybody that he hires now has to be in the circle. And if you're not in his little group, his little circle, well then you'll be quickly shown the door. And that's what will happen. And I think Ncuti has been personally, I think he has been angry actually, the way it's panned out. I think he probably did say something to RTD. I wouldn't be surprised if Ncuti has been sacrificed, to be quite honest with you. And you know what? I would give Ncuti's credit there. If he fought back and he said something and that's why he's no longer on the show, well, do you know what? Fair fucking play to him as far as I'm concerned. And he can go with his head held high because he tried to effect change, but he was booted out the fucking door. That's the way I'm looking at it. If he's gone. There's no way he'd want to leave after 2 seasons. Come on. No way. So something's gone wrong. And we know what RTD's past is like. We know what he's like behind the scenes. We've been told, he's been warned as well. Very toxic environment. Look, if you have that opinion that Ncuti was the wrong choice, you're not wrong. Nobody is wrong here. You know what I mean? Everybody always has an actor that they don't agree with playing the Doctor. It's happened throughout the whole show's history, right? But it doesn't mean that you're wrong, right? And it doesn't mean that the people that don't agree with you are wrong either. Everybody has personal choice here. But I do believe that there are things in there with him that would make him a great Doctor if he had the right showrunner to actually let him play the Doctor the way he wanted to play it. You know, we don't need a superstar to play the Doctor. We really don't. We don't actually need a superstar, right? Matt Smith was unknown. You know, David Tennant, well, he wasn't unknown. He was in America, but in the UK he wasn't because he did that. What was that show? Casanova. Right? Christopher Eccleston. He was around the British scene, but relatively kind of unknown. You don't need a superstar to play the Doctor. Right? So he could work if he was given the right material. But again, I don't think he has. Listen, guys, don't be engaging with the trolls, yeah? You know who it is, right? You know who it is, right? They're just, look, they're in here because they think they can discredit me, but yous have been with me for 7 years, right? Some of yous 8 years, right? Yous have been here for all the live streams when I've given information, right? Yous know what I've said, right? And what has come true and what hasn't, right? And very little that I've put out there has come true. Well, I mean, has not come true. I can't even say it properly. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? The majority of the stuff that I've put out there, right, has either been reported on by the media weeks or months later, or even fucking like 6, 7, 8 months later. Do you know what I mean? You have all been here, right? You don't need to explain anything to anybody in there, right? See, the thing about it is, you talk about providing proof and they forget about the fact that I released photographs and I actually was the one that announced Jordan Jodie Whittaker's era that the Master was coming back. Sure, BBC nearly took down my YouTube channel. Do you remember I even put up the screenshots for proof for everybody to show you? Because a lot of people at that time, including your man that's at me now, was accusing me of putting out false information. Just remember that. And then I actually did put up a video of proof, the screenshots and the photographs that I'd received. See, a lot of people there like to forget all of that stuff. Do you remember when I released the photographs of the new Daleks before anybody else? Right? And the photographs that BBC, I put my photographs up at 6. They put their photographs up at 6:35. The BBC, Doctor Who, BBC official. I put them up a half an hour before that. And I also gave the plot away when I said that the Master was going to turn up right at the end of the episode. And I was absolutely spot on. And do you remember I put up the proof of that? But nobody wants to talk about that. No, do you want to talk about all of the other stuff? Right? Do you want to talk about all of the other stuff? But even with all the other stuff, even if I haven't provided proof, sure, the media have backed me up and it's actually come to fruition. So why would I need to actually show proof when I've actually shown that I have a track record and everything that I've said has come true? Like, I was the first one to speak about Sea Devils spin-off. Is there a Sea Devils spin-off happening? Isn't there? Let me see. I'm pretty sure there is a Sea Devils spin-off happening. I said that Old Companions were going to come back for Shooty's era. Did Old Companions come back for Shooty's era? Let me see. I think they did. Yes, they did. Right? Lots of stuff that I've put out has come to fruition. So I don't need to prove nothing to nobody out there. Right? My audience is still with me because they know that I'm legit. If they thought for 1 second that I was lying, do you think you think I'd have people watching me after 8 years? I don't think so. Well, maybe though, because in saying that, Doomcock puts out bollocks after bollocks after bollocks for the last 7, 8 years, and he has a big fucking audience. I don't know why, but there you go. Sometimes it does help to lie for the bigger streamers. Noel, you are a legend. From your far right friend, says the Gobster. Ew! Nice to see you, pal. Nice to see you. Now, I'm just saying it as it is. I'm sick of all of these people. Listen, the bottom line is this, right? You don't have to be here, but you're here because you're either that person or or you're trying to set up that person, maybe, or you know that person and you're coming here to troll like a sad little lunatic. Grow the fuck up, all right? Grow up, okay? We're literally on the verge of the world ending, and you still want to bitch and moan about something because I called you out. Just grow up, all right? Grow up. Well, I haven't seen any of the videos, but I've been told. I don't really care. That just goes to show you, like, you know what I mean? That just goes to show you. Why would you waste your energy on something like that because someone called you out? You really have to have a fucked up mind, to be quite honest with you. And this is not the first time that he's done this over the years to me. You know that, right? This is not the first time. Just this time the tables were turned on him and I actually called him out when he started slagging everybody off, saying that he was right. The show is renewed. And I said, it's not renewed. Show me your proof. And he didn't like that, right? He didn't like that. And then he started fucking coming at me. And because I wasn't taking the bait, because I just kept slagging him off, it just wound him up. And then he blocked me. And then started doing videos and all about me making threats and everything, like, apparently. But I don't care. Don't care. The world can literally end tomorrow, mate. Right? There's shit happening in my country that's more important than worrying about you. But listen, from now on, we see any strange names. Listen, you moderators know who the regulars are on this channel. So if you see any strange names, the first sign of fucking trouble, just get them out. Simple as that, right? Because I don't want to be addressing this every fucking stream that I do. Do you know what I mean? The bottom line here is yous have been with me. Yous know what I've put out there and what has come true. And if any of you think I'm a liar, then yous all know what to do. Yous can all unsubscribe to me. Because you know I wouldn't ask you to stay if you thought I was a liar. Right? But you know I'm not a liar. You know I've set you straight. Right? Nothing I've ever put out there has been false. Right? And I never say it's fact anyway. I say it's rumor and speculation, but this is a word that they actually leave out as well. You know, no, they're saying it's fact. The tag is on. They're saying it's fact. No, I'm not saying it's fact. I've never said that is fact. Right? But what is fact is no decision has been made on the third series of Shooty Gatwas or RTDs here or whatever you want to call it. Right? Until 2025. That's a fact. That's being reported as well. But that's a fact. But I said that last year. But just ignore me. It's grand. It's all right. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, how is me fellow humans doing? How are you doing, Gobstar? Anyway, how's things? I hope you're all right. Chris, it's nice to see you again. And Garbage there. We got Michael. Super John is there as well. Nice to see you. Matt, of course. Matt, we should get you on there. If you're, I mean, you know what? If I had known before I streamed that you were going to be in the chat, I would have fucking sent you an invite and brought you on. But I'm going to be ending now shortly. But if you're around next week, around the same fucking time, let me know, will you? I have my phone charger, so maybe you did probably get in contact with me. I don't know. But if you come into the chat, let me know if you want to come on. I'll send you an email and you're more than welcome to come on and join me. Have a bit of a natter, you know, yourself. That's good to hear. That's good to hear, Gobstar. I hope the family is doing well as well. That's it. Just look after yourselves and your families now, guys. You know, yourselves. It's all madness out there. Actually, I'm gonna check something here for a minute. I just want to see if there's any available. YouTube. Just want to ask because I find it pretty strange. Maybe you have to reach a certain threshold. But are they still giving out memberships? YouTube, not way YouTube give away free memberships because they don't seem to be available on the other channel. So I'm gonna check it here now. Why won't it change channel? Yeah, I know. Listen. None of you need to have me back, but I appreciate it. Look, this fella has no impact on my life whatsoever. To be quite honest with you, do you know what I mean? I'll get on with it. I'm busy over here. I've got so much on my plate now. You know what I mean? Fighting with someone because I disagree with their rumors. I mean, look, the bottom line is, if you had a track record, I wouldn't be coming after you. But the fact is, you come after other people and accuse them of being lawyers when in fact you're lying yourself. And that's what I hate. I hate hypocrites. You know what I mean? I just hate hypocrites, and I'll always call it out. But I just find it cheeky that this fella was going on a 2.5 week, 3 week rant at everybody being wrong. All the naysayers is hate Doctor Who, all of this, it's being renewed, all of this bloody shite. Like, it was all bollocks, like. It was all bollocks. And when you get called out for it, they don't like it. Well, if you're going to be going around, poking the stick and accusing people of doing the shit that you're doing, well, when someone calls you out, don't get upset about it. I'm sorry. That's the time you man up and you admit your fucking mistake and you move on. Right, let's see if these, if it's there. I think they're gone. I don't think they do it anymore. Oh no, there. Okay. Right, we're going to gift the 10 of them because there's 10 here. So I'm going to gift the 10 of them. I will be getting back to member streams, so don't worry about that. But I'm gifting now, so it's random. It's random. So let's see who some is. Gobster got one. Lortha got one. David Roberts got one, and JWC got one. Now, if you have an existing membership, then it means you have got an extra month added on. Yeah, it's random. Like, I don't know how you give them. I've been saying this for ages. It just gives them random, and it's stupid. It should be able to give them to people, but this time 5 of them went to people that are actually part of the channel for a long time. So here's the next 5. Again, it's random. I hope somebody is in the chat. Actually, Garbage being my first member and my first super chat. See, I remember Garbage. I remember. Right, who's got the next 5? Let's see. Matt has been gifted. Donny, Dark Donny, David Renrick, Lance Uppercut and Cam Cam's Crash Courses has been gifted a membership as well. So, in fairness, you know what? It actually went well there. It actually went well there for a change. It actually went to people. Okay, there's one there that I don't think is a regular, uh, but but a lot of the regulars did. So there you go. There you go. I'm actually delighted it's at the turning out like that. I'm over the moon. I've wanted that to happen a long time to give it to people that are actually here and put the hours in to listen to me. Like, do you know what I mean? So there you go. Uh, we'll have more coming next month, guys. So if you missed out this month, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get you sooner rather than later. But nice to have obviously some old faces are still there, but nice to see some new faces. I do normally do well because I've been getting caught up with all the politics and stuff. I normally used to do me membership streams on a Sunday. So I'll get back to doing it's Sunday afternoon stream, just a chill stream where we talk. I don't actually talk any particular topic anymore now. Just come on and have a bit of a chill stream. So I'll do one this Sunday because we've got new members as well and we do want to catch up. So join me Sunday afternoon anyway. We'll have a little afternoon stream. Callum's Corner said he would like to come on and talk to you if that's okay. He's a fan of Doctor Who and doesn't like RTD. Well, the thing about it is, I don't know Callum's Corner, and the thing about it is, I don't really bring people on that I haven't seen in the chat. I haven't seen Callum's Corner in the chat, so I'm not going to bring someone on that has never been in the chat because we've had the incidents over the years on this channel where I have invited people on and people in the chat will back me up on this, and they've come on to deliberately sabotage me stream and have me channel removed by playing a video of someone else and adding porn to it to try get me taken down. I had to have that stream removed, so I'm very cautious who I bring on. But as I said, I haven't seen them in the chat. So, as I said, the people that we bring on here, everybody that's here will back me up on this as well. Anybody that we bring on here actually has to earn their place. So that means by being in the chat. So that's where I stand on that. Obviously, JWC Review seems to know the person in question. I don't. And I don't bring anybody on that I don't, because I've been burned too many times before on this channel. So we like to just bring on the people that, are in the chat here, that, give their time to me, to listen to me, and to give their opinion. They're the people that I like to bring on here. Because they deserve it, because they're here, as I said, to give their time and their energy, and they support me, and they've been supporting me for years as well. So, it's my way of kind of paying back to them as well by bringing them on. And, that's just the way I've always done things. We have a close-knit group here. And the odd time we have brought people on that are not part of our group, and it's never ended well for me anyway. So, and Gobster's the same. See, we're very cautious. But as I said, once we get to know people in the chat, the mods are happy with you, all of that, and then we see how it goes. That's the way we do things here. But, yeah, no, it's grand. It's grand. It's grand. Thanks. I didn't see your actual comment there until I saw Chris there responded back to you, because I was, when I talk, I just kind of hyper focus on what I'm saying. So, yeah. So, look, as I said, that's where I stand on that anyway. But, guys, yeah, look, we'll see how this story develops with Ncuti Gatwa, with the show, with RTD. But let's just say that BBC has certainly not helped matters, and the rumor mill is going to be in full swing. There's going to be people speculating all over the place that he's sacked, the show has been canned, all of that. All I'll just say to people is this is what I've said from the very beginning. No decision will be made until 2025. What I'm saying by that is that the public won't know until 2025. They've probably already made some decisions. You'd be naive to think that they haven't made any decisions backstage or back behind the scenes, I should say. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to know about it. So, anyway, we will leave it there, folks. Thank you for joining in. Don't forget to subscribe to Gobster Talks About Things channel, Matt as well, and the usual suspects, the legend of the traveling TARDIS, Rabbi, Lee's channel, Audred Audio Visual, and Daniel's channel as well, Scottish Stavros and Friends, Wrestle with Pop Culture, Jack Main's channel. The usual suspects, you know who they all are. Go on Type 40 as well, yes. Go and check them all out. I will talk to you all again very soon. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Until the next one, enjoy the rest of your evening and take care. Good night. Bye-bye.